Hello and welcome to Worthington University. My name is Joel Young and thank you for tuning in to part 3 of 4 of our window shade videos. Today we're going to talk about some tips and tricks on how to help you sell these shades. Now I will show you a few things here that we have that includes our fabric books here. As you can see here, this is the fabric book for our roller shades. I'm going to open it up here for you. Now throughout this book here you're going to see a few different options. Of course you'll see the fabric themselves, and as you can see here, each fabric has a part number as well as a brief description of what they would be used for and things like that. These can actually come out just like a binder, so if you wanted to go ahead and use a suction cup to hang it on the window, you can actually just put it up there, put it in a live demonstration, of course. And again, these are all the different options here for your roller shades. This is a very helpful book. It will actually give you a pretty good breakdown of how everything works and what you need to actually get the shades going here. Now what I'm going to show you is the fabric book for the honeycomb shades, and that's over here. And again, it's the same idea as the other binder that I showed you here. It's going to be a binder style. Now these won't come out here, but of course they will have the part numbers and whatnot, different colors, different hues of color, and descriptions of how and where you would use the specific colors and whatnot. Very, very helpful. Like I said, you can bring these out to your customer's house, show them, in their actual decor, so they can match, furniture and whatnot. And it's a very helpful tool here for you guys to sell the shades. Alright, so we just wanted to show you a close-up of the cellular binder here. As you can see, these cards are removable, so if you wanted to leave these with your customer, we can do that. These cards are replaceable, so if you end up misplacing them, we can get those replaced. Now, as you can see, these flip open a little bit, and you can actually show the actual cells of the cellular shades here to your customer. Like I said, you can leave these with your customer with the different shades and whatnot, so they can match it with their house as well. And then we also have the option for double cell shades. Of course, the same idea. These cards will come out here, and then these will open up, and the double cells have literally a double cell form factor here. Now that we're on the topic of tools to use to support your shades here, I'm going to hand it over to Barry. He's going to show you some software to help you, quote your shades and whatnot. It's as simple as drag and drop and a few drop-down menus to get you on your way to processing a shades order.
Okay, so today we're going to take a look at Lutron's SCT software, a shade configuration tool. And it is a free software that you get from once you complete your training, and you'll be able to get your dealer number and information put in there. It is not cloud-based, it's local to your PC, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so what we're going to do here is go ahead and create a new job. We're going to click on New Job, and we'll get our job window. So we're going to go ahead and call that Joe's House. And we're going to select our voltage in the US, so it's going to be 120 volts. The control family is going to be Savoy QS wireless, and we'll select that. And then with the list price option, you can either have no price, list priced, or your cost from Lutron. We're going to go ahead and do list price, so that way the consumer can see what they would typically pay for this type of thing. And then we'll go ahead and click on Create Job. So in this window is where you're going to go ahead and fill in all of your job information, location and any other contact info that you want to have in here. Dealer info is where you would put in your information, so that way it would show up. And then we're going to go to list items, and this is where it's going to show all of the shades that we're adding to the quote. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on Add Item. And we're going to do a triathlon insulating honeycomb. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and that's going to bring up our shade window. Our room mark is typically going to be a location in the room of what we're going to call it. So we're going to call that west wall, and the quantity, and then we'll click on next. And our operator type, which is what we selected earlier. And then we're going to select our mount type. So inside, outside, on trim, about side, above trim. if you watch, you can take a look and see on the picture to the right, it changes to match which mounting option we select. For this one, we're going to go ahead and select inside, and then we can do a cable guided if it's going to be on a door or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and select none on that. Back cover, we don't have to worry about that, so we're going to say no. Then we're going to go ahead and put our measurements in. So I say it's a 34 and a quarter, and if you notice, there's 1/8 inch increments on the drop down. So 60 and an 1/8. So we'll click on next, and here's where we get to select our fabric. If you look, we have a bunch of different choices. So spun lace, which is going to be your typical normal option, and then there's the Rio style, and you have weave and some others. So we're going to go ahead and just pick a color in the spun lace. Yeah, we'll go with it looks like we're going to probably go ahead and pick a shell. Yeah, we'll pick a shell. We can kind of get a preview of the other colors, but I think we'll go ahead and stick with that. And then we'll go ahead and click on next. And then here's where you select the power supply. So we're going to either be wired or we're going to be battery. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select battery, and then this is going to give you your life expectancy. If you see, it's showing it's going to be about 2.5 to 2.6 years with 2 to 3 times a day of movement on the shade. So we'll go ahead and click on next again. And then this is going to just give us all of the info that we provided in there. And then if you look down underneath the notes, there's our price. So that's what the list price for the customer is going to be. And then this is just some more information about the shade. So we click on OK. And we've added it to our info.
Now that you've seen the configuration tool with Barry, I can tell you that we've already covered here is going to cover about 95% of the shades that we deal with today. Now there are that other 5%, of course, that would be some specialty shades, kind of like skylights, bottom-up shades and whatnot. We also see curved windows too. That, of course, would be a specialty item. We do have a couple different options for showing you guys how, and your customers, how to decide what you would like. Of course, we have different fabrics, samples and whatnot for different hem bars. We also have different opacities, so if you wanted to show your customer that. And also some bonded fabrics. In certain situations we would need that. And then we also have the square head rail, the rounded head rail, and then the side rails for room darkening. Now I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Worthington Distribution's video 3 of 4 for our window shades treatments. I'd like to thank you from Worthington Distribution. This is Joel Young, and we hope to hear from you soon.